Gavor. I want to talk about the transition from week 3 to week 4. And again, I'm always astonished how quickly this course can go. We're already in week 4. We have this theories of constraint paper due on the 26th. I don't know if anybody has put any papers in there. They have not put anything to read. I keep threatening to do that. Maybe I will actually do that today. So remember that paper is due. Follow the rubric, make sure you answer all the questions in your paper. So moving to chapter 4, we're done with model building. Weeks 1, 2, and 3, we're talking mostly about models. We talked about some statistical modeling here and linear cost, profit, and revenue problems in week 1. We talked about decision-making tables and models in week 2. We talked about inventory models in week 3. Now we're moving into week 4 and 5, which is forecasting. And in week 4, we're going to talk about regression first, linear regression. Here is the video of the lecture. There are the PowerPoints of the lecture. When you do the homework, which let's talk about that first. There are 4 problems and a mini case. The mini case, I will tell you right now, you've got to do a good job of it and think outside the box a little bit, as the discussion requires you to think outside the box a little bit. And hopefully, but the other problems are straightforward. So there's 4 problems and a case study. All are worth 10, adds up to 50 points again. Here are some videos. Watch them. They will help you. The first one is the one that's last because I just loaded that today. It's about loading analysis toolpack and solver add-in on Macs and Windows. This video just tells you how to load the analysis toolpack, but when you're about to click on analysis toolpack, you'll see solver add-in is there as well. Click on that. We will need that for weeks 6 and 7. So load both of them into your Mac or your PC, please. Then there's 2 videos, easy, simple linear regression using, you don't even need the analysis toolpack for that. And then multiple regression, or using linear regression using the analysis toolpack. And I give you a couple examples in there. These will be very helpful on the homework. You can use QM for the homework. You don't need it because QM just uses a linear regression equivalent to the toolpack. You do not have to use QM. If you choose to use QM, you can. That's not the way I've taught it. But you're on your own if you want to try using QM. Next week, QM is very important. This week, not as much. So watch these 3 videos. Watch this first, this one second, this one third. The order doesn't matter that much. The discussion for this week is the service case call. Here is the assignment. Everyone should take a shot at this problem and then discuss how to improve it. Let us use R squared as a measure by which we will judge ourselves. You don't know what R squared is yet. You have to watch the lecture. Everyone must post their attempt with an Excel file attached by Tuesday. Everyone must post comments and retries whenever they choose to improve their forecast as measured by R squared, and the visual feedback you get from a scatter plot and line. The discussion will go on until we have a correct answer, but not later than the next, the end of the week on Sunday. Must have 2 solid attempts at a solution and then a comment on a final solution to get full credit. Okay, if we go back, here's the service case. Blah, 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 blah. There's the data for it. We are trying to predict S-calls. So this guy that runs a call center can manage his personnel. Okay? Here's the month. Here's the quantity that they sold. Here's, I think, written, like email responses the call center has gotten by month. And here's the number of phone calls they've got. So read the case, try to help this guy out. What's his name? Sam. Remember, we're trying to help Sam staff his call center and give him a methodology to do that. It's a fun little case. So you don't have to load the data. I provided an Excel spreadsheet with the data in it. So if you just open that up, and it's loading slowly. I don't know why. There it is, finally. There's your data. So what I would recommend, you can put your first attempt here, and second attempt, third attempt, however you want to do it. You want to copy the data, highlight it all, or just highlight the parts that you need. Copy, paste, then have at it. You got the data you need. Okay, let's close this, don't save. And I think this week is pretty easy in this regard. There's not much else to do. What have we covered? We've covered the lecture video, the slides that accompany that, the discussion, which is the service call case. Here is the write-up of the case. Here is the Excel data file, which you could download. You have your textbook problems. You have YouTube videos to help you with the textbook problems, including adding in Analysis Toolpak and Solver. Solver, again, is for weeks 6 and 7. Then I have some data files that I have used in previous classes. So you can, if you want to look at those, like in a live lecture class, I tend to post the in-class files that we use. So here is a couple of versions of those. And you should be all set. Wednesday we will have, again, our open office hours. More and more people are calling in. I think they're helpful. And we can talk about discussion, we can talk about weekly problems, etc. So there's only 3 weeks left. It's going very quickly. And thank you for all the hard work you do, and we'll talk to you again soon.